I'm here to tell a story. It's a success story. It's a success story about salmon recovery.
Salmon are a vital part of the Sacramento Valley, and there have been hundreds of projects over about 2 decades to help salmon survival rates. Today, some of those projects were highlighted.
20 years ago, the district initiated a project to remove 4 dams on Butte Creek, which opened up about 25 miles of unimpeded passage for the salmon. Uh, some of the neighbors also did some projects on Butte Creek. Collectively, over $20 million was spent, and the fish returns used to be in the hundreds of fish, 30, 40 years ago. After the implementation of these projects, the fish number in the on average 10,000 returning fish.
So we used to have this defined Sacramento River channel on their migratory path on the way back. Now we've split the channel up into different channels, and if the fish stray out of those the correct corridor, sometimes they can't return. So our Wallace Weir project essentially redirects or moves those fish back to the right migratory path when they stray, so that we preserve those fish that have made it through the whole life cycle, those adults that are on their way back up to spawn.
I'm working on a project which is looking at predation rates on juvenile salmon among native and non-native predatory species in the Sacramento River. Predation matters because it is one of the ways that salmon can meet their demise in the river. There's a ton of different ways that they can get taken out, and this is just one piece of the puzzle that has been relatively understudied up in the Sacramento River.
Basically, we took large root wads from walnut trees, bolted them to some really big rocks, and put them deep into about 20 feet deep in the Sacramento River to provide some juvenile rearing habitat for salmon. It gives them a break from the current. They can get in behind the boulders, and then they use less calories to stay there. And they also, for the predators, the root wad gives the baby salmon a place to go and hide from bigger fish. We're seeing a higher concentration of juvenile salmon in that stretch of the river in utilizing our project than we've ever documented there before. It is working. Fix it instead of fight it, and I think you see that in Northern California, where groups are collaborating, coming together, and these partnerships have been formed, and it's very exciting. We're getting projects completed on the ground.